Hi everybody, it's Marcy, and in my last video I made this page that will go into my Halloween journal using a note card, and today I'm going to work on a few more cards to go in my journal. These hopefully will go real quick. I've got a Project Life card, an index card, and a library card. So let's get right to it. Where did my glue go? Let's get right to it if I can find my glue. Okay. So this, I used my tear ruler and I'd gone ahead and torn it down to cover that up. I want to leave that text box there, but I want this one covered. So and I'm excuse me, I'm just using scraps of paper. When I printed some of the digital pages that I wanted to use in this, they did not print correctly. Well, they probably printed exactly the way I told them to, but not the way I actually wanted them. So, trying to use them up. Okay. Then I've got a piece of paper that was printed on, and I'm going to use the back side of it. I'm going to pull out these stamps. They're Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous Monstrous. And I want the witch and Something Wicked This Way Comes. Okay. So I'm going to pull out this magazine so that when I stamp, I've got something kind of cushiony. Put the witch on there. Grab my ink. I'm probably going overboard with my ink, but I think this ink pad has just about had it. I've got a refill for it, and I'm going to stamp this over a little bit because I'm going to want to tear around it. I've refilled the ink pad and stuff, but I think the pad itself has just about had it. Okay. So while I've got the inking out, I'm going to pull this back over. Stamp or ink this up. Okay. And this says Something Wicked This Way Comes, and I want to stamp this right in to this little text box. Okay. must have moved it a hair shade. Oh, well, no. Nope, it actually has little bits in it, so it's supposed to be that way. Okay. That's how long it's been since I used it. Okay, so now I'm gonna sort of fussy tear around the witch. I think I mentioned, I don't know, when I first started working on this journal that anymore Halloween is not my favorite thing, just because the kids are grown and gone, and I mean, I do enjoy handing out candy, but we just don't get that many trick-or-treaters anymore. It's become too dangerous. We always have a little bit of candy for those neighborhood kids that we know and know will be coming by, but it's just nothing like it used to be. But I really didn't mean to go all that way. But I'm really kind of having fun with this journal just because it is somewhat out of my wheelhouse, and I'm not doing it for a challenge or anything. I'm just doing it for fun and trying to use up what few Halloween things I have. And so I'm having a lot of fun with it. Okay. So let's glue her right on there. And there she is. And for an added little touch, I've got these sticky back beads still left over from a project from a few years ago. Probably have more of them somewhere, but so let's just, I don't think I want big ones. We'll just throw down three little, whoops, three little gems here. Okay, and I think that's all I'm going to do for that one. Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep that. Now, on the back, I did use some more of the paper on the back of it just to cover up what was back there and give it a little journaling space. And I might stitch around the edge, which is kind of why I moved the faceted beads in, but I can decide that later. Okay, so there's one. Now let's move on to this index card. Now my journal does have a little bit of purple in it, so I'm going to leave that on the back side. This is, I kept looking at it like, is it orange? Is it peach? Is it pink? And if I can't determine whether it's more of a peachy color, so I'm going to cover this side and leave the purple lined side for writing space. So I'm going to use some of the purple paper and the other day I had shown you the little stamped images that I was coloring in. And here I've got this rat. So I'm going to glue him on. Just kind of coming out of the corner. And I've got this leftover bit of a Highlights magazine. October, I have two for October, 1974 and 1976. And so I've used some of the Halloween stuff in my journal. Okay, it says, Halloween is coming. Halloween is almost here, and everyone is full of fear, with witches, bats, and also ghosts and scarecrows on big, tall posts. By a young girl from Wellsburg, West Virginia, who was 12 at the time. So there is two. I'm just going to leave that one as is. I don't... Does it need anything else? I might... give it a little corner rounding. Okay. Okay. It needs a little something. Where? Let's just add a little black stripe there. Okay. That looks a little better to me. That's the other thing with this journal is I'm actually using some washi tape, which I rarely do. Okay, so there's two. Oh, there's the first one. So move this out of the way. And now for the library card. And the first thing I want to do is I'm not going to be doing anything to the back. Can save that as journaling space. Okay, and you can still, if you look hard enough, you can still, well, you can definitely see, I think they just used a marker. Some of them that I have green marks. Some of them have like highlighter colored marks at the top. So, okay. So I've got that. Then, oddly enough, I'm going to put green on it. But it's not the same color green, so it doesn't count. And okay, where's my Fabri-Tac? There it is. So I do want to use Fabri-Tac, but I'm going to try not to go wild with it. I've stopped squeezing and I'm now just kind of moving it around because this lace trim, it will obviously just come right through. And you can see where I colored this lace. I didn't get all of it, so it's got little color variation in it. Okay, we'll cut that off in a minute. And then I've got this little strip of paper. And I'm going to put that right over the top. Get as close to the bottom as I can. Okay. the scissors and trim off the excess. And the lace trim that I'm using is about 1 inch in the strip of paper. Again, I'd used my tear ruler, and it's 1 inch wide. Okay. Now, I've got this little ephemera piece. Again, it's one that I stamped and then colored, and it's brain salt. And then I have this little brain. So I think I'm going to put those on like that, leave the partial skull images. I don't want all of this covered. I picked a mystery and detective stories. That was the closest. I didn't have any horror stories or anything like that. So, but I don't want to lose the fact that it is actually a library card. Okay, I'm going to want that to go about there. So we'll tuck the brain right about there. Okay. I'll glue this one on. Okay, and I think that's all I'm going to do to that one. It's very simple, but I like it. Like I said, I like to keep the fact that it is a library card. I like for that to show. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me, but I actually prefer that. So I really don't want to entirely cover it, and I think that just gives it a very simple decoration, and the card itself is of interest. So, and the lace, given that it's not completely glued, if somebody really wanted to read the description of the book, sort of the storyline of the book, they could pull the lace back a little bit and read that. So there you have it. There's 1 and 2 and 3. So 3 little cards made for my Halloween journal. Until next time, please be safe, stay healthy, happy crafting, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.